In previous session, we learned about the class. What is class? How to create a class, then how to access the class members with the help of object. All we have seen. So once again, what is class? So the first one is class is user defined data type. So class can have these 7 members, and by default class members are public, right? So what is public, what is private already we have seen. So if you want to access the class members, any of these members, first what we need to do, we need to create an object. Okay, so with the object only we can access the class member. So accessing this class member is depends on the access specifier. So by default class members are private, so you cannot access private member from outside the class. That is why we created here public access specifier. Got it? Now this is about a class and how to access the class members and what are the members we have in a class. So now today we need to learn for each and every member. So the first of all, the first one is the variables. So already we had a session about the variables, right? So far we created so many variables. Integer I, array name, array list name, so many things. So those are nothing but variables. So here nothing to discuss newly. So already we had the session about these variables. Now today we are going to learn about the methods. We see all, but this is the flow. After variables, we are going to learn about the methods. So today's session we are targeting to learn methods. So for that, I'm creating a new class here. It is methods example. This is. Now as usual, I'm creating a main method here. Static void main. Now let me change the startup. So go to the properties, and this is for method example. This. Alright. So what is method? So any idea about the method? So method is nothing but a group of statements. Group of statements. So far we have seen the methods. So for example, this is the method, main method. Okay. If you go to the random example, here also we have seen the method, next method. If you go for collections, there we have seen so many methods: add method, insert method, remove at methods, short, reverse, clear, so many methods, right? So what I want to tell you here, we used so many methods, but today we are going to learn what is method and how to create the method. The first one is the what is method? Group of statements. We can call it as a method. So already you know within the method only we can write the statements. So outside the method we cannot write anything, right? So here I'm taking a class. Already you know how to create a class. Class keyword and class name. This is a class. Here I have two variables like int a equal to 10 and b equal to 15. Remember here these are the private members. By default access specifier is the private. So then here I'm creating a method. So in this method I want to display the addition of these two numbers. Got it? So for that, here first we need to learn about the methods. We have, for your understanding only, just I'm dividing the methods into the 3 categories. The first one is the normal method. Okay. Second one is the with parameter. And third one is the with return type. We see what is what one by one. Then you will get the clear idea about this. Can you continue? Now, first one is the normal method. So what is normal method? So for method, we have a signature. So what is the default signature for the normal method? The first one is the access specifier. AS in the sense access specifier. So in the sense here we have given public, private like that, no? So the same way, so access specifier. Then return type, RT in the sense return type. Then method name, so some name, method name. Then parentheses. Then scope of method. This. For example, here I'm creating a method. So access specifier. As of now, you don't aware of all the access specifier. You know only private and public, right? So private in the sense we cannot access from outside the class. So that is always go for public. Access specifier in the sense public. Then return type. Return type. So as of now, just think it is a void. What is void? Suppose, yeah, I will explain you later. For normal method, return type always void. Okay. Then name. Your related name. Suppose here I want to perform the addition. Then give here addition. Or if you want, you can give like add. That is up to you. Here we need to remember the rules of creating the identifiers. We have set up rules now, so we need to remember those. Now this is normal method. Same here, I'm writing the access specifier is the public, then return type for normal method is void, then the name is add. Got it? So here you can write whatever you want. For example, here writing here you are in add method. Got it? Now here this class have three members, two are the variables and one is the method. So to access these members, what we need to do? First, we need to create an object to the respective class. So you know how to create the object. So here our class name is 2, then object is the object equal to new. Okay. Now with object dot, you can see all the accessible members. Here you can access only public members only. So we have only one public member. That is why you can see only one. Got it? When you press dot, you can see only public members only. Now call the method. Right? So now to stay back the screen, you see a console.read or read line. Now run this. You can see you are in add method. Very simple it is. But here we are creating our own method. And we are calling that method, right? So now, instead of displaying this message, remove this message and add here addition is. Now we are getting the addition from A plus B. This is the regular stuff we are doing. But what is the difference? So far we have seen within the method only we completed these things, right? Now today we are creating a new class and we are creating the members within the class and we are accessing those members. Now run this, you get addition is 25. Got it? So this is nothing but normal method. So what is normal method? So no parameters, no return type. No return type in the sense it is void. There is no return type. So there is nothing but void return type. Void also known as null data type. Returns nothing. Here void in the sense returns nothing. Got it? So here how many times if you want to call you can call this method. That is not very simple. but always it will give you addition is 25. So in the sense, so here we are using the a value and b value fixed values. Got it? Now if you want, you can implement dynamically. Instead, what I want to say here, so a comma b, then ask the user before printing this console.write line enter a value and enter b value. Read the values and insert into the a and b, then you can display. So regular stuff, nothing new here. But what I want to say here, I want to pass the values from this class to this class. Right? If you observe what we are doing here, we are passing the value to some other class. Which class? To this class. We are passing the one to some other class, right? Yeah, same we can achieve with the help of method with parameters. This. Got it? Now same syntax. Just let me write this. Copy and paste. But here what we have parameters. Parameters, how we can declare data type and variable. Data type and variable. Like how many you want depends on the requirement, you can add the parameters. Got it? So same here. As per our example, here we have two variables, int a and int b, right? So here I'm giving a equal to 10 and a equal to 15 again. Now I'm creating the method with parameters. So public, then void, same, and then here we have two parameters. That is why I'm taking two parameters. The first one is the integers, int I. Then second one also integer, so int j. Got it? So now here you can do the same stuff here, but before printing this, you need to assign the values into the a, j value into the b. Got it? Otherwise, it takes the old values only. If you are not doing this, what happens? Even if you are calling the method with parameters, now you can see we have only one method, but when you place the parentheses, you can see one of two. So one is without parameters. When you press down arrow, you can see the second one with two parameters. The first parameter is integer and the second parameter also integer. Got it? So this is nothing but technically it is calling as method overloading. So same name, right? But there is a difference at the time of parameters. In area of parameters, here we don't have the parameters, zero parameters, but here we have two parameters. Got it? Okay, let me show you this example. Here we are not initializing the I and j value into the a and b. Okay, just we marked as we commented these two. Then we are displaying the a plus b. Now run this two times. It will give you addition is 25 and addition is 25. Why? Here we are not initializing into the a and b. So always it takes a equal to 10 and b equal to 15. Suppose if you remove the comments, what happens? We are initializing these values to the a and b. Now you get the different output. So initializing into the local variables is depends on the requirement. If you required, you can do like this. Otherwise, directly you can utilize I plus j. Like this also you can write the code. But here what we are doing, we are initializing into the local variables. These are the local here. Okay, so otherwise you can achieve in this way also. This time you can get the two different outputs. So it depends almost on requirement. So now remove the comment. Now this time what I'm doing, I'm calling this add method without parameters again after with parameters. Got it? So here we are calling this method, then we are calling this method, again we are calling the without parameter this method second time. Now can you guess the output what we get? Yeah, we get the first one is the 25 and second one here it is 40 90, right? Third again we get 90. Yes. Why? Because we are initializing the values into the local variables. For example, if you are not initializing into the local variables and here you are doing I plus j, then the output is the different. Here it is 25, here it is 90, again here it is 25. I hope you understood the difference. Okay, now this is, so always be clear when you are working with the methods. Now, and this concept is known as method overloading. Everything is the same, access specifier, return type, and method name is the same, but only the number of parameters or the data type of the parameters are going to change. This is known as method overloading. Technically, giving additional work to the existing function is known as method overloading. So here I'm giving another example for you. This is again add. Now but this time it is int I, and here this time this is a double. Got it? Now this method has three signatures. This is 1 and this is 2 and this is 3. So maybe the parameters count is 2 here, equal. But here both are integers. Here one is integer and one is double. Got it? So here you can see this. When you are calling this, you can say one is without parameters and second one is with two parameters. The first one is integer and second one is a double. The third one is both are integer. Here you can see this is nothing but signature of the method. So here also you can see the signature. This, and here data type is object and here it is a value. Got it? Now in real world, just we are adding the documentation for these type of methods. So when you press 3 slashes, it will give you the XML comments. Here you can write the purpose of this method. Okay, so this is using to perform addition for local variables, whatever. Now come here, when you press object dot add method, so this is here you will get the indications here. This is using to perform addition for local variables. So the next person can easily identify the purpose of the method. Very simple. Just what you need to do, you need to press 3 slashes. This is known as documentation. So technically it is nothing but XML comments, but it works like a documentation. Okay, try to practice this one also. Anyway, I hope you understood about these two types of methods. The first one is the without parameters and without return type. And now the second one is we have parameters, but there is no return type. Got it? Now the third one we are going to learn. Here the difference is at return type. So same, we'll make here some return. Now here, now in the place of return type, we have some data type. Either integer, double, string, boolean, depends on our implementation. For live example, here I will show you this one. Next, random.next will returns you integer. Here you can see int random. Got it? Here you can see in signature of the method. Yes. So int is a return type. So in the same way, when you come to the contains method here, in array list we have the contains method. So list dot contains. See, it will give you the return type as boolean. So like depends on our requirement, you can give the data type of return type. So here I want to perform the subtraction. So I want to return the integer value. Got it? So remove this and I'm taking here public, then return type as integer, method name is subtraction. Yes. So what is the purpose of this method? It returns the value to the caller. Caller in the sense, actually with the parameters, what we are doing, we are passing the values from this class to this class, right? This time you can call back the value in the sense the value will be passed from this class to this class. So what I do here, return a minus b. Just we are doing the subtraction and we are returning the value of the a minus b. So this we can store in one variable in subtraction equal to object dot subtraction. Got it? Now print the subtraction. Subtraction is we are getting from sub. Now run this. The first one is the addition and second one is the subtraction. Got it? So here again the callback value, the return value we are storing into the local variable. This depends on your requirement. Suppose if you want to print only, then no need of this line. Simply you can comment this and here you can call that method. Right? Same. So when we are initializing into the local variables, suppose further if you want to use this value, then you need to store into the local variable. If it is a one-time use, then you can use like this. Got it? Now here this is normal method and this is with parameters and this is with return type. I hope you understood the three. Now what I do here, what you are understanding, I'm writing here again, calling the method add method with two parameters. This is, and comment this, or make a breakpoint here and observe what is happening. Okay, this is the breakpoint. Now run. Otherwise you can place breakpoint there and run this. So observe when we are creating the object, so it will go and come back. Now what we are doing, we are calling the add method without parameters, right? So it will go to this only, and here it prints a plus b 25 on the screen. Now next time we are calling the method with parameters. So this time it will come to method with parameters. Automatically it can identify the destination method and it will call. There is no confuse for compiler. Then we are calling the subtraction, so it will go and call the subtraction method which returns the a minus b. So that value we are printing here. Okay. Anyway, this is the methods overview. But here you need to remember we can make the combination of any of these two. Any of these two. Okay. For example, here you can return the value. So what is the combination with return type and with parameters? But do remember, when you are using the return type, the last statement should be written. Otherwise, it will show you error here. Suppose I'm doing here like this, I plus j, error gone. Suppose we don't have the return statement, it will give you the error. Okay, so like this. So what I want to tell you here, we have three types of methods. We can make any of two as a combination. All depends on the requirement. Got it? So this is about methods. Tomorrow we are going to learn about the constructors.